Hi, everybody. It is January 2nd. We're definitely into the year. We're 2 days into it, so we're committed. It's going to go on and happen. I'm going to do two videos today. We've just gone through a really difficult time here personally that I'm going to address in the following video. It's a difficult day because there's something real positive going on, and then there's been something really negative has taken place. And I just thought I would just get this one done and share it with you, and then I'll go back and do the other one, and I'll explain then what's happened here. But as many of you know, there's a show on tonight at 9 p.m. on CNN called Just Call Out My Name. And it is the documentary film that was created from the 2010 tour that we did with James Taylor and Carole King. That was a celebration of the show that we did at the Troubadour, which when we did that show, it was a celebration of having done our first show there 40 years previously. And it was an amazing experience to do that show. And, there's the old adage that you can't go home. And we actually all got to go home, and it was really great. We had, it was James and Carole, but one of the hooks of the whole thing was putting the absolutely original band back together for this tour. And Carole was the piano player in our original band. So it was James and Carole, Danny Korchmar, myself, and Russ Kunkel, and then Robbie Condor came on. I'm getting this confused here. When we played the Troubadour gig, I think it was 2007. That was James and Carole, myself, Russ, and Cooch. And we played a week there, and it was incredibly successful. And after that, it was proposed that we take that on the road and do a real tour, which is what we did in 2010, which was an incredibly successful tour that year. And it was that same band, but Robbie Condor was playing second keyboards on it. And we had Kate Markowitz and Andrea Zahn and Arnold McCullers singing background on that tour. And it was a fascinating tour because we were kind of thinking, we played the Troubadour. Well, Troubadour's an intimate little club, and here they were booking gigs like Madison Square Garden. And the whole idea was, how the hell do you take this club vibe and then go play arenas with it? And the decision that came out of it was to do it in the round. So we had an elevated stage in the round in the center of the arenas. And I'm sure I haven't seen this documentary yet, so I'm assuming this is going to be explained in the documentary, and maybe they'll have footage of how the stage all came together, because it was a remarkable stage, and we had a big bank of high-def screens hanging from the ceiling of all the venues, so even people up in the nosebleed sections really got some really great views of the show, because I think we had about 10 cameras going on the whole thing with a whole video team, directing it. But what we did was we did it in the round and then built a club around that stage. So the first, from the stage out, about the first 12 feet or so, 15 feet, was an enclosed club with tables and lamps and chairs and everything. And then just outside of that is when all the regular arena seating would start. And it gave the vibe and the energy of playing in a nightclub. And it got very involved. That was a VIP section. The monies, I believe, from that were all earmarked for charity. It was one of these tours that won on every level. Everything about it was just great. The music was great. The hardest part of it, though, was when we were going to put together, a set for doing an arena show as compared to playing in the Troubadour. It was going to be a longer show, more involved, having other musicians on stage with us. And So it was a matter of, when we rehearsed for this, of figuring out the sets. And because it was going to be a shared thing. James would do a song, Carole would do a song, and it would just go back and forth so that it was equally spread out between the two artists. And normally with James, when we would do a tour, we would write down like all the songs we would think we might possibly do on 3x5 cards, get to the rehearsal facility, lay them out on the floor, and then just start rearranging them and taking some out, adding some in, until we really ended up with look like a great set. Well, you throw Carole King's songbook into that, and the place looked like a ticker tape parade with confetti everywhere. And there was so many songs and so many great songs. But we finally settled on it, and we rehearsed that. And towards the end of the rehearsals, we had a bunch of different friends come down and set up a little thing and had an audience in there for the rehearsals. And then we could talk to them about the set afterwards and get their thoughts on it and all of that. So I'm real curious tonight to see this. Again, it'll be on CNN at 9 p.m. And according to the thing, it says Eastern and Pacific. So it may appear at 9 p.m. in New York, but then they'll hold off on broadcasting it for us out here on the West Coast until 9. I'll have to look into that. But what I thought I would play for you today is, nobody's ever heard this, was just us. This is from our rehearsals for the tour. This was when we were locked down and looking at songs and having some people come over and kind of talking to them. And this is not performance. This is just rehearsal. So there might be some clams in it and whatever. But I just thought it would be fun, since this is coming on tonight, to share this little bit of moment of preparation that went in just before we hit the road and film this tour. So I'm going to start with a fun tune of Carole's here. I always loved playing this song. The bass line kind of defines the song, so it was always fun to play. And that's Smackwater Jack. So here we go. This is the rehearsal for the tour. This is not a performance. This is not a concert. So just check it out. Here we go. Tuning.
And if there's dead space, which there never is probably, but if there's dead space, you can do that groove, count it off, start that groove. In fact, I prefer that.
See
and then he tunes afterwards. How about some Country Road? I think this is Country Road. These are just really rough board mixes just to send us as reference.
Take to the highway, won't you lend me your name? Your way and my way seem to be one and the same. I'll never understand it, want to know where I live. Have to be some kind of natural born fool to walk on the road again, but you know I can feel it. Walking on country road. Sail on home to Jesus, won't you good girls and boys? I'm born in pieces, you can have my choice. 'Cause I can see a heavenly band full of angels coming just to set me free. No, I don't know nothing about higher weather. Tell you that it's gonna be just because I can feel it. Walking on country road. The next one is where it goes to the end. Look at my feet and know where they want me to go. Walking on country road. Walking on country road. So take to the highway, won't you let me your name? Your way and my way seem to be one and the same thing tonight. Mama never understand me. She wants to know where the boy's been. Have to be some kind of natural born fool. Walking out the road again, but you know I would be walking on country road. Walk on down, 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 walk on down the country road. La 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 la, you got to walk on down. I said every time I walk on a country road, I get the same feeling from my head down to my toe. Know where it come from, don't know where the thing goes. Like I jump back and baby feels the most. Everything's fine and I'm okay. I don't know how it happened to me today, but every time I walk on the country road, it's still about the same thing goes down. Every time I ride on it, it's enough, no doubt about it. That's what it's all about. Feel like the sun in the sky, under the road, walking anywhere. You can't feel it with your hand on it. You can't feel it with your hand on it. You can't feel it with your hand in my hand. Take you walking on country road.
Nuts. Characters. Let's see. Okay. Now, again, remember, these are just rehearsals. This is just us rehearsing for the show that you're going to be seeing on CNN tonight. Here's another Carole, Song of Long Ago.
I know that's early in the set for that, so.
We had 30 songs in the show.
I'll go.
It's like 2.5 hours.
If that is the place and order of that set, you'll have to talk through a transition to get me back down for Song of Long Ago.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
whatever it is you're going to say,
Right.
you don't have to say what I was going to say. Just say whatever you want.
Okay, great. All right. Let's just run it down through.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whispering wind came uninvited, looking for somewhere else to go. Here is a lamp I've left unlighted. Aren't you someone I should know? Memory's flame is soon ignited, lighting my lamp with amber glow. Quietly friends are reunited, singing a song of long ago. La la la, 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 la la la. Cry for someone who just can't be happy, and be glad you can feel enough to cry. Younger than always, time descended, bringing me brand new seeds to sow. Now that they've been a long time planted, what must I do to help them grow? If it had been as I intended, I wouldn't have the peace I know, loving the people I befriended, and singing a song of long ago. La la la, 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 la as it began, so I will end it, singing a song of long ago, loving the people I've befriended, and singing a song of long, 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 long ago.
Oh, long.
And it was going to be a transition right into Long Ago and Far Away. But here, let's do this one of James's here. Here's Mexico.
Down here, any reason to feel like I'm now running a stateside here.
I mean, these are raw. It'll be fun, you know, if you listen to this and then check out the show, you know, and see how this all evolved into like just real performance level stuff. So the show is called Just Call Out My Name, which is the hook line from this song. I'll play this and then the rest of it, because there's so many, like I said, there's 30 songs in our rehearsal tape here. So let's just do this one.
Go.
Awesome.
Wow.
I feel spent.
You must need a drink. That was rough, wasn't it?
It was rough. It was good for me.
It was good for him. Imagine how it was for me.
When you're down and in trouble, and you need some love and care, and nothing, oh, nothing is going right. Just close your eyes and think of me. Yes, and soon I will be there to brighten, oh, even your darkest night. You just call out my name,
And you know wherever I am, I'll come running.
to see you again. It's winter, spring, summer, or fall. Really all you gotta do is call. Yes, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, I'll be there. You've got a friend.
If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon you will hear me knocking on your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh, yes, I will, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall.
I mean, all you gotta do is call on me, and I'll be there, yeah, I'll be there.
Hey now ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold?
They'll hurt you, yes, and search you. They'll take your soul if you let them.
Don't you let them. You
Just call out my name,
and you know wherever I am, I'll come running.
fast as I can, to see you again.
See you again.
Don't you know about winter, spring, summer, or fall? All you gotta do is call on me.
There are so many friends here today, new ones and old ones, and they knew not to get in the way. They were wonderful to have, you're so wonderful to come. We thank you.
Ain't it good to know?
Ain't it good to know?
Good to know.
Ain't it good to know? Ain't it good to know? Ain't it good to know? Yeah, 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 yeah. You got a friend.
So those were our rehearsals. Every time I hear you got a friend, though, I just have to kind of chuckle. Because early on Saturday Night Live, they did a skit with Lorraine Newman portraying Carole King in a brownstone writing "You've Got a Friend." And so she's sitting up there and she's at the piano and she goes, "You just call out my name," and working on that line. And Garrett Morris is walking down the street and gets mugged outside of her brownstone, and he's yelling, "Carole, Carole, help me!" And she's yelling back, "Shut up! I'm working on a song. Leave me alone." It was like one of these things. And you're going, "Oh wow, this is so out. This is really unbelievable." But okay, so it's called "Just Call Out My Name," and it's the Troubadour Reunion Tour documentary film, which CNN did, and it is going to be on this evening, the 2nd, at 9 p.m. And you could check, see if it's going to be any other times. I'm assuming if it's on CNN, it's the kind of thing that, probably like PBS does, it'll be available numerous times. But tonight is the premiere of it, and I haven't seen anything of this. I have no clue what it's going to be. So it'll be real interesting to see how this all got edited together and approached and stuff. But I'm going to get going now. I'm just going to wish everybody, a good Sunday here. Be really careful. Again, record numbers are being set every day of people with infections and hospitalization. Something 2 years ago you would have never imagined saying that it's the worst it's been, but it is. And it's really imperative that you take care of yourself and your family and your community. So try to do the right thing and get out there and get this. At least if you're vaccinated, you're not going to be in true harm's way. With it's not going to guarantee you're not going to get it, but you're not going to be intubated or in ICU, and that's really the critical part of it. So I thank especially all the healthcare workers that have been working so hard throughout this entire period. They had no New Year's or any celebrations or anything. They're working their asses off every day. So thank you all so much. I will be back. I'm going to do another video. Now I'm going to wait a little while and compose myself because this is a hard one, and then I'll be back tomorrow with some more music. And Wednesday is our Clubhouse live stream. I'll be really thrilled to see everybody once again. So take good care. But I just thought it'd be fun to visit a rehearsal for a show that's going to be on TV tonight. So enjoy. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.